This story has to do with Pine Cottage. If you've read any books about paranormal activity on Mackinac Island, hello, if you're new here, I'm a year-round resident living on Mackinac Island, sharing my life with you and paranormal stories, then you know that Pine Cottage has had some history with the paranormal. If you've ever stayed there in the past, then you may have encountered one of three spirits: an old man, a little girl, and a woman. And from what I have heard, the woman is the most disturbing because she's the one who will be seen or heard screaming or seems very, very frightening. I have not personally encountered any of these spirits because I have not been inside Pine Cottage, though I do know the current caretakers, and they have not had any experience of paranormal activity, which is interesting. So speaking with some friends last week, we were talking about paranormal stories on the island, and they had mentioned this about Pine Cottage and why they think there has been a mass reduction in sightings. So you have the woman who is seen to be screaming and crying and very disturbing. There's the little girl who is seen crying at the window in the attic. And then this mysterious man. I don't know much about that spirit because I mostly hear about the other two. And here is the theory that they have. So back in 1942, a woman who I believe she was a caretaker of the house, went missing. Like, just assumed gone. No evidence of her going off the island. And back then, there weren't many ways on or off the island. It was pretty, and even today, it would be hard to sneak somebody off the island. Not impossible, but difficult. And especially back then when there were less people, it would have been more noticeable. So lots of sightings of this crying woman. And then a few years ago, within the last 10 years, there was a new porch put on the Pine Cottage. And it was during that construction that they discovered the body of a woman with her head in, and the thing used to her head was buried next to her. After that had been resurrected and laid to rest, I believe her body is at St. Anne's Cemetery. After that happened, those sightings of her spirit stopped. It's as if she was waiting to be discovered before she could be at peace. So I was trying to look up some news articles about it, and I couldn't, but I found another news article about a mystery from 1960, which I might do a video on later. But Pine Cottage, to this day, has been known as one of the most haunted places. Not the most haunted, but one of the most haunted places on Mackinac Island. If you believe in that stuff, which, I mean, how can you not?